Hello, welcome to White Birch Tarot and Astrology. This is a reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries. And this is for, I'm doing this on the 23rd of October. I'm going to do a sign-by-sign, scoot up my chair here, a sign-by-sign reading for, I was thinking about Venus moving through Sagittarius. And so I'm going to talk just for a minute about what planets are in your sign. And Venus is in Sagittarius, as I said, which is in good aspect to the sign of Aries. So if you have, as I said, Sun, Moon, Rising, I sometimes check out my Venus and Mars, and even sometimes my Mercury placement, if you know where those are. And if you don't, leave me a comment. I'll help you find it on astro.com. It's free. So we have had Chiron, the wounded healer, moving through Aries for quite a while now. It's in reverse. No, cars are in reverse, Lori. It's in retrograde. So it's at 20 degrees. So it's, it's going backwards, not literally, but it appears to. So it's moving. It's going to go, into the teens again. Having that in your sign has probably made things a bit difficult for you, I'm guessing, because the wounded healer shows you, well, where you're wounded and where you need to heal. And that doesn't always feel good, although it's a great opportunity. You also have the north nodes in your sign. The north nodes, which are opposite the south nodes, always move retrograde. That's the way they move. They're at 5 degrees, so if you have any planets at the beginning of degrees of Aries, that's going to move over you. But they're in there for like a year and a half, so we're coming to the end of this finally. But when the north node is in your sign, it forces you to take a look at your path. Where am I going? What do I want to accomplish? What's my purpose? Am I accomplishing my purpose? Am I not? Just like, where am I going? What am I doing? So this has been kind of a challenging time for Aries energy. But with Venus in good aspect, that will help, although Venus squares Saturn at the end of the month. So, and your ruler Mars at the beginning of November is going to be opposite Pluto. So that will be interesting. So we're not done yet with the trials and tribulations, but this is a good thing because, it will move you forward. So anyway, I have pulled, the top row is your general life, overall energy, and the bottom row is romance. So let's see what we got here. So first I drew Judgment, which makes perfect sense with Chiron and the north nodes in your sign. You have been looking at things, taking a second look at things and saying, okay, past, present, future, how are they related? Where's my wound? What do I need to do to heal it? And how do I move forward to get where I want to go? So there's been a lot of scrutiny in your life, a lot of, judging yourself, judging what you've done and how far you've come and where you want to go in the future. And so to me, this is going to kind of influence the rest of the cards in the first row here, because we get the Father of Pentacles, which is in the other decks. This is the Wild Unknown by Kim Krantz. The Father of Pentacles is like the King of Pentacles, so he's very strong and steady. In this deck, he's very disciplined. So I think that you have been forced to be, and will be forced to be for a while longer, very disciplined in your, these are gorgeous cards, in your attitude toward your life, because you're figuring out where you want to go and how you want to get there. And that's usually not easy. I mean, if it were easy, we would already be there, right? So it's taking some discipline for you. And Aries is generally, I wouldn't call them disciplined. They kind of do their own thing. They can be very persevering when they want something, but their desires can also flare up quickly and then fade. they kind of go for the shiny object, you know, like the next, they have to have a challenge. They love a challenge, but they kind of like a new one. You know what I mean? They don't want a challenge that lasts for 10 years. They kind of want a new one every 6 months or whatever. Okay, and then this is the thing I don't like about this deck, although I think these were meant to come out together. These two were stuck together. We get the Six of Wands, which in this deck is transformation, which is interesting, considering we have the Wounded Healer in your sign. And it was on top of the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups in most cards is the nostalgia card. In this one, it's more about exploring your emotional roots. Aries are very passionate. Mars rules your sign, and Mars rules passion and desire. But they're not always comfortable with the, you know, the sad parts or the touchy-feely, you know what I mean? It's kind of, so this might have been a little difficult for you to look under the surface at what moves you and what you've lost. And again, this goes with the past, I think, with judgment. Looking at, you know, what fuels me emotionally, what moves me forward emotionally. And when I get in touch with those emotions, I can transform. So perhaps your wound is an emotional one. I think most people's are. There's a transformation, and that's great. That's what we're aiming for here with Chiron, is to, you know, heal the wound, or at least learn to accept it and move forward with it. And then the last card in this row, interestingly, is the Ace of Pentacles. So we have the Father of Pentacles, which is about being disciplined. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which is about a new opportunity or new growth. So when you rise above, I don't like that phrase. When you metamorphosize, when you transform yourself and move out of these dark branches into the butterfly, as a result of having sort of examined and not gained control over your emotions, because we don't really want to control them. Well, we kind of do. I mean, you don't want to go around punching people, but you want to accept them. And when you do, it gives you a new outlook. You have a new endeavor, something very solid, something new that you want to accomplish. It's kind of like you're a new you, but it's like, you know, you want to be different in the world. It's not just going to change the way you feel about things, it's going to change the way you do things. And something new comes out of that, a new endeavor. Okay, then this is your romance row. So right off the bat, the first card I draw for your romance row is the Two of Cups. Yeah, this is, you know, and sometimes I interpret this as an inner union, but when it's in the romance row, it looks like romance to me. So you might meet someone new, or there might be a new growth in an existing romance. If you're not looking for romance, then you can consider this row to be how you resonate with all relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic, but that's what I was asking when I drew the cards. So if you're not into romance at this time, it could be friendships or other relationships. It could even be the relationship you have with yourself. Okay, so looks pretty good. Then I get another two, the Two of Wands. This is this could be you focusing in your energy on something that you see that you want. This also, since we got the Two of Cups, makes me feel like there are two people who are both focused on the same thing, and you are absolutely aligned with this person, with your soul purpose. You found someone, or you're going to meet someone, or you just met someone who is aimed in the same exact direction and looking in the same direction that you are. So that's really positive, I would say. And then we get another balance card, Justice. This is balancing things. So if you are in a relationship or just met someone or looking for one, you're going to be seeking balance and someone who's, you know, looking toward the same thing you're looking toward. But there's got to be balance. There's got to be give and take. The Six of Cups can also be the give and take card. And you could be examining, you know, how much have I given? How much have I taken? It looks to me like there's going to be like a reckoning, like let's say this is an old romance that you're thinking about, or even somebody you're starting over with. I don't know, could be, because we got the Judgment, we got the past here. Whatever it is, whatever relationship this is, it's balanced. It will balance at this time because of all the twos and the Justice card. And maybe you'll have a sense of justice, of like if you were wronged or whatever, maybe you finally feel like you get some justice. I don't know. That's an interesting, you know, that was an interesting card to get. But I feel like, you know, in relationships right now, you're either insisting that there's a give and take, or, excuse me, or you're experiencing that, which is good. And then I get the Nine of Pentacles, which in most decks is feeling very happy on your own. But in this deck, it's not so much. It's more about having everything that you want. It's not quite the 10. You don't have quite everything you want. But you have enough that you're feeling fulfilled. It's about feeling safe and protected. It's about you have enough. You have enough. And again, this is in your relationship row. So maybe someone steps up to the plate and gives you, I'm not sure, but this is a very balanced and productive and equitable relationship row for you. And it looks like you've got what you need. You may not have everything you want, but you've got what you need. And that's saying a lot. Okay, then I pulled 3 shadow cards. And this is really interesting because two of them are the cards that we pulled right here. So we get the 6 of Cups, which is the 6 of Cups right here, but it's in shadow form. Okay, so that's why I'm feeling like, because you got Judgment as your first card and your overall energy, I'm feeling like this 6 of Cups here, rather than being a give and take as it usually is, I'm feeling like it's examining the past and examining emotionally what's gone on, and have things been fair? Have they been balanced? You know, 6 is a very balanced number, but something feels, and this could just be that you had taken a deep dive and really looked at that, but there's a sense of nostalgia and looking back, and something might feel missing. I don't know, but something might, that could be why we get the 9 of Pentacles instead of the 10. Something's missing, or there's a regret, because you're looking back at something thinking, oh my God, that was so sweet, but it's a shadow card, so there's a tinge of regret. And then the second card I drew for you is this card. I know this card is actually supposed to be for all the signs because it's the beginning of the hero's journey for all of us. But for me, it's always associated with Aries because it usually shows the Fool, you know, getting ready to step off the cliff. And that's Aries, like ready to jump in, sometimes before they think. This guy is, since it's a shadow deck, he's just sitting. He's not going anywhere. So it's very rare for Aries to be afraid to take that first step. But something's holding you back. You're feeling not quite like yourself, and that could be that Chiron moving through your sign, where you're pausing for once and saying, wait a minute. Am I acting from my emotional integrity? And am I being, you know, is there justice in this? And have I looked back at what I've done? And I'm becoming a new person, so I'm not quite ready to step off the, You know, this might have thrown you for a loop, this Chiron and North nodes moving through your sign, and which is, you know, unusual for Aries. They're usually very self-confident, but you might have been feeling a little bit less self-confident than normal. And so you might be feeling a bit of fear, again, which is unusual for Aries, and you're not quite sure if you want to take that leap or not. I don't see you leaping. I see you more assessing, although you are certainly here balancing some relationships, which is great. And again, you know, could be a new romance. And then here's the other one. These two came out together, Six of Wands and Six of Cups. Here's the Six of Wands as a shadow. So this is looking at past achievements and again, taking a look at maybe where you haven't been in your integrity. Like maybe you've hurt people in the past, and that's why you're examining the Six of Cups. Like, have I been kind? Have I been thoughtful? Have my relationships been balanced? You're looking back at your achievements and saying, you know, have I achieved what I wanted to? And am I proud of my achievements? Or am I too proud of my achievements? Do I want too much public, you know, admiration? So, you know, this is just for you to examine. It's not for you to wave your flag and say, oh, look, everybody, look what I did. Don't get on your high horse, no pun intended. So that's really interesting to me that these two cards came out together and then they came out as shadow energy. So I think it's you. This could just be, again, as I said, this could just be because of the Judgment card, the fact that you've been doing a lot of inner looking and examining and judging. And that's why they're shadow cards, because you've dived down into your shadow with Chiron there and looked at your wounds, which isn't easy for Aries to do. Okay, I'm going to draw a couple of oracle cards. I haven't decided how many. Just pull it all together here. And what is the, what does Aries have to look forward to? Though this goes along with the transformation, a change in the wind. So as a byproduct of your assessment here, and you're taking the time and energy to examine things instead of just rushing ahead, you're gonna change, which could be why the Fool is just sitting here like, okay, wait, I'm not quite sure if I'm on the right path. I'm gonna, you know, you get change, which is good. Again, that really goes with the Six of Wands. Okay, this one wants to come out too. Oh, interesting. Now, see, these two don't really go together for me by the book. Okay, well, this goes with the Father of Pentacles. This is about being disciplined, dotting your I's and crossing your T's, and getting your act together. You know, if you have any important paperwork that needs to be taken care of or tasks that need to be done, you need to do them. You need to be disciplined at this time. And I know discipline isn't fun, but Aries don't like to be hemmed in either. They really, you know, they do what they want to do. But you're going to have to follow some rules at this time and be disciplined with the North nodes in your sign. And you've probably already discovered that. So you're going to change things up, but you're not going to do it in an impetuous way like you usually do, jumping off the cliff and going, wee, you know, I'm going to go for it. You're going to take your time and think about it. Okay, that's what I have for you. And I hope this made sense. Please leave me a comment. And please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And I may not post this tonight. I'll think about it. I might just do all 12 and then post them. So I did this on the 23rd of October, but it's for Venus and Sagittarius season, and I forgot to write down when that ends. But it lasts for most of October, I believe. So it's good for a while. Okay, thank you. Blessings. Good night.